In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, I am Professor Ameer. I am all right here and I hope that you will also be doing well. Today I am going to teach you tenses. There are basically three tenses: present, past and future. In these three tenses, there are four actions in each one of them. 4 in the present, 4 in the past and 4 in the future. And the actions are simple or indefinite, continuous or progressive, perfect or complete, and perfect continuous. So these actions turn to be tenses. And then these total tenses will be 12. They will become 12. You must understand these 4 actions to understand these 12 tenses. Now see, in the present tense, how these 4 actions are used. Simple action, I write a story. Continuous action, I am writing a story. Perfect action, I have written a story. Continuous, perfect and continuous, I will have been writing a story since 8 a.m. In the past, simple action, I wrote a story. Continuous action, I was writing a story. And then perfect action, I had written a story. And perfect continuous, I had been writing a story since 8 a.m. In the future tense, the simple action, I will write a story. Continuous action, I will be writing a story. Perfect action, I will have written a story. Perfect and continuous, I will have been writing a story since 8 a.m. Now you have to see how this one tense can be, how a tense can be perfect and continuous as well. Now see, if there is a perfect and continuous tense, so there are 2 points of time, the starting point and the perfection point. In between these 2 points, the action remains continued. Now suppose if I start my work or any activity from this point of time and I end it at this point of time, this is the perfection point, so that action becomes perfect. In between these 2 points, the action remains continued, and this is called the period of time, the duration in which the action remains continued, that remain continue for an hour, for 1 hour. Now I have to use different prepositions for these different points of time and the period of time. In the first place, see this point of time, how to use this. And for the point of time, I have to use since as preposition. The first sentence, see, I have been writing a story since 8 a.m. I have used since here because I have shown the point of time. So I have used since as a preposition. Since 8 a.m. 8 a.m. is the point of time. And then at the second place, I have shown this period of time, that is 1 hour. And for showing this, I have to use for as preposition. See the second sentence, I have been writing a story for an hour. I have used for here because an hour is the period of time. Now, in the third sentence, I have to mention both the points of time, the starting point and the perfection point. Suppose I have been writing a story from 8 to 9 a.m. From 8 to 9 a.m. 8 to 9, they are points of time. 8 is the starting point and 9 is the perfection point. Okay, so when I mention both the points of time, I have to use quite different prepositions, from and to. From and to. I have been writing a story from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Now, see the usage of simple action in the present tense. When you use present tense, the simple action, so the simple action has a wide usage. Suppose in simple action, by this action we can describe habit, routine, intention, schedule, fact, or any scientific reasons or scientific truths. Suppose habit or routine. I take tea, this is my habit. Somebody may do something else. Suppose he smokes, that is his habit. I go college, this is my routine. I go college. Somebody may go somewhere else, he goes office, that is his routine. Intention, suppose if I intend to do something and I tell that I want to do this thing. Suppose I tell you a story today. I haven't started telling you the story yet, but I can say this is my intention to do. I tell you a story today. This is my intention. And schedule. The train leaves at 10 p.m. This is the schedule. The train is scheduled to leave at 10 p.m. So when there is some schedule of something, you can use this tense. Suppose the college bus comes at 8 a.m. That is also a schedule. The movie starts at 10 p.m. That is also a schedule. Fact or scientific reasons or scientific truths can be described in this tense. Suppose you can describe a fact, any factual statement. You can give any factual statement. Suppose any scientific reason. The sun rises in the east. This is truth in the natural phenomena. In the natural phenomenon, the earth revolves around the sun. This is also truth. That's why you can use this sentence, this tense and action to describe this in simple action in the present tense. That means present simple tense. Man eats food to live alive. This is also a fact. If we put sugar into water, it becomes sweet. This is a scientific truth. So that means you can describe these things in the simple tense in the present. Okay, in the simple action in the present tense. That means simple present tense or present indefinite tense. Professional work, any professional work you can describe in this tense. Okay, simple present. A teacher teaches students. That is the profession of a teacher. A doctor treats patients. That is the profession of a doctor. A poet composes poems. This is the profession of a poet. Okay, I think you have understood these actions. Now see here. Easy sequence of tenses, 12 tenses. Now this will be the sequence that I have to teach you. In the first place, I have to teach you present, then past. So I have given this sequence present, past, because it becomes easy. There is some relation, some analogy that makes it the other tense easier to understand. Okay? Suppose if I use this tense, suppose I make sentence with this tense, I have to use first form of verb. In the second one, I have to use the second form of the verb. And it comes at the second number here. Okay? Number 3, present continuous. In this tense, I have to use the helping verbs is, am, are. And in the fourth tense, past continuous, I have to use was, were as helping verbs. There's only slight difference, only the difference of the helping verbs to understand these tenses. Then at the fifth number comes present perfect tense, and at the sixth, past perfect tense. So in the present perfect tense, if I make a sentence, I have written a story. Then in the past perfect, I have to say, I had written a story. There's a slight difference. Here in this tense, I have to use the helping verbs have and has. And in this past perfect tense, I have to use had only. There's slight difference of helping verbs only. So that is the slight difference. That's why they are easy to understand. Okay, you can understand them easily. Now, number 7, present perfect continuous tense. And number 8, past perfect continuous tense. In the present perfect continuous tense, we use the helping verbs. They are have and has plus been. In this one, past perfect continuous tense, we use had plus been. So there is also the slight difference of the helping verbs. Otherwise, the formulas will be same. In the future indefinite tense, now we have to learn future separately. But you have got the idea of making sentences with these tenses. Suppose in future indefinite, the special verb of helping verb of future is will and shall, and you have to use first form of verb in the future indefinite. Suppose I will write a story. So here the first form of verb is used in this simple tense. And future continuous, in future continuous you have to use be and fourth form of verb. That means verb word plus verb word plus ing. So that is, I will be writing a story. In future perfect tense, we use shall will plus have. Have is the helping verb of perfect tenses. This is perfect and you can use have. So in future, there's no has or had. There's only have used in this future tense. Had can only be used as a principal verb when you convert a sentence of future tense into passivewise. Suppose if I say, I will have tea, tea will be had by me. In this sense, we can use had. Otherwise, there's no had or has in the future tense. Okay, future continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense. In this tense, we use shall will plus have plus been. For example, I will have been writing a story since 8 a.m. Okay, let us see these examples. Okay, so these are the formulas I have already described. Sorry, okay, I have to describe these formulas also here. Okay, so the first one, simple action or present indefinite tense, subject plus V1 plus object or complement, that will be the formula. And the second tense, past indefinite, subject plus V2 plus object or complement, that is a formula. Now see the difference here. Here only first form of verb and here the second form of verb. There's no difference. Okay? There's no other difference. Only this is the slight difference. First form and second form. So in the third one, that is present continuous tense, here we have used is MR, and here in the fourth one, that is past continuous tense, we have used was and verb as helping verbs. There is only the difference of the helping verbs. There's no other difference. That's why they are easy to be understood. Now see here. Number 5, there's present perfect tense. The helping verbs are has and have plus V3, third form of the verb, plus object or complement. And in the sixth one, that is past perfect tense, we use had as helping verb and V3, third form of the verb, and then object or complement. Here is also the slight difference, that is of the helping verb. Here we use two helping verbs, have and has. Okay? So have and has are the helping verbs. And here we use, in the sixth one, only had. This is the difference. And in the seventh one, that is present perfect continuous tense, we use have, has plus been plus V4 plus object or complement and plus since or for prepositions and time, that is adverb of time. So in this eighth one, that is past perfect continuous tense, we use had plus been and V4, fourth form of the verb, and then object or complement, since or for as prepositions, and then time, that is adverb of time. Now see here the difference. We have used have, has plus been in the present perfect continuous tense, and we have used had been in the past perfect continuous tense. Otherwise, the formulas are the same. This is the slight difference of the helping verbs. In the future tense, we have future tense we have to learn separately. Future tenses. Now here is the first example of future tense, that is future indefinite at number 9. Subject plus shall will plus V1 plus object or complement. So here we have to use shall, will as future verbs and first form of the verb because it is simple. Okay, then when we use this tense, suppose future continuous, we have to see this formula. Suppose subject plus shall will, they are future verbs, and then be plus fourth form of the verb. That shows continuity. Plus object or complement. So we use shall will plus be plus V4, fourth form of the verb in future continuous tense. Okay, then number 11, suppose subject plus shall will plus have. Have is the helping verb of perfect tenses. Okay, so here also we have to use have in the future perfect tense. And V3, third form of the verb that is mostly used in the perfect tenses, plus object or complement. And then future perfect continuous tense, subject plus shall will plus have plus been plus V4 plus object or complement plus since or for prepositions, any one of these prepositions, and then time, adverb of time. So see, so they are easy to be understood here. Okay, now it is easy to understand these tenses in this sequence, I think. So you can tell me whether you find them easier or not. Okay, then now see the sentences. Sentences in the same sequence as I have given the formulas of these tenses. I write a story. This is simple action and simple tense, simple present indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense, past indefinite, I wrote a story. Present continuous tense, I am writing a story. Past continuous tense, I was writing a story. Present perfect tense, I have written a story. Past perfect tense, I had written a story. And then present perfect continuous tense, I have been writing a story since 8 a.m. And then past perfect continuous tense, I had been writing a story since 8 a.m. And future indefinite tense, I will write a story. Future continuous tense, I will be writing a story. Future perfect tense, I will have written a story. And future perfect continuous tense, I will have been writing a story since 8 a.m. Now the Passivewise. You have to learn the introduction to Passivewise, the only introduction, not detail. As we learned introduction to tenses, so there was just introduction, not the detail. You just have to see the sequence, whether you find it easier or not. Okay, then you have to let me know about this. Okay, but I think this sequence is easy to follow. At number 1, we learned present indefinite tense. And the Passivewise of present indefinite tense will be this. See the sentence 1. So this is the Passivewise. And the sentence we learned in the tense was, I write a story. And the Passivewise is, a story is written by me. At number 2, we learned past indefinite tense. The sentence was, I wrote a story. And the Passivewise, see here, a story was written by me. At number 3, we learned present continuous tense. And the sentence was, I am writing a story. And the Passivewise is, a story is being written by me. At number 4, we learned past continuous tense. And the sentence was, I was writing a story. And the passive voice is, a story was being written by me. At number 5, we learned present perfect tense. The sentence was, I have written a story. And the passive voice is, a story has been written by me. At number 6, we learned past perfect tense. And the sentence was, I had written a story. And the passive voice is, a story had been written by me. At number 7, we learned present perfect continuous tense. That's not possible to convert into passive voice. At number 8, we learned past perfect continuous tense. This tense is also not possible to be converted into passive voice. At number 9, we learned future indefinite tense. And the sentence was, I will write a story. And the passive voice is, a story will be written by me. At number 10, we learned future continuous tense. The sentence was, I will be writing a story. And this tense is not possible to convert into passive voice. The sentences of this tense are not possible to convert into passive voice. Number 11. At 11 number, we learned future perfect tense. The sentence was, I will have written a story. And the passive voice is, a story will have been written by me. At number 12, we learned future perfect continuous tense. And this tense, the sentences in this tense are not possible to be converted into passive voice. Now we have to see the sequence in which we learned these tenses. If you learn the sequence, if you go through the sequence many times till you learn the sequence, then it will be easy for you to follow. Okay? So I have to tell you the names of tenses and the sentences with the same sequence as I have introduced the tenses and voices. Okay? See here, at number 1 we learned present indefinite tense. Number 2, past indefinite tense. Number 3, present continuous tense. Number 4, past continuous tense. Number 5, present perfect tense. Number 6, past perfect tense. Number 7, present perfect continuous tense. Number 8, past perfect continuous tense. Number 9, future indefinite tense. Number 10, future continuous tense. Number 11, future perfect tense. Number 12, future perfect continuous tense. At number 1, the sentence was, I write a story. Number 2, I wrote a story. Number 3, I am writing a story. Number 4, I was writing a story. And number 5, I have written a story. Number 6, I had written a story. Number 7, I have been writing a story since 8 a.m. Number 8, I had been writing a story since 8 a.m. Number 9, I will write a story. Number 10, I will be writing a story. Number 11, I will have written a story. Number 12, I will have been writing a story since 8 a.m. So this is very easy to follow. The next tense comes up in your mind when you make sentence with the first one. Suppose if you make sentence at number 1, suppose there's present indefinite tense, and the past indefinite tense will come up in your mind. If you make sentence with the present continuous, then past continuous, the sentence of past continuous will come up in your mind. If you suppose make sentence with present perfect tense, the next sentence and the tense will come up in your mind. In the same way, you have to learn these present past tenses, then you have to learn future separately at the end. I think this sequence will be worthwhile and will be easier to follow. The detail of these tenses will be in the next video. I have to teach you in detail. So the problems and what are the things that one finds difficult in learning tenses, I have to explain those things and I have to teach you in detail. For now, you have to see this sequence. You have to try to learn this sequence, and then next you have to join for detail of the tenses. Okay, if you find this lecture worthwhile, like the video and subscribe. Till then,